Hey guys, so this time I have a little bit of a treat for you. I have one of my lessons from Magick 109 on meditation and magic. This is on metacognition. If you're interested in the class, you can definitely check it out. Use the link in the description to go to my website, and it's in the classes page. But feel free to take a look at this portion of the class. I bet you're going to learn something. Alright, so let's go over real quick what metacognition is. Metacognition is thinking about your thinking. It's being aware of what's going on in your head rather than just being what's going on in your head. So, normally in our day-to-day lives, like when we're going around doing work and we're going to the grocery store and we're looking for this and we're trying to complete this task and we're trying to do this and we're trying to do that, we are not necessarily thinking about every single thing that we're doing. If I go to reach for a cup, I'm not exactly thinking I have to lift my arm high enough to get over this table, and I have to reach it thus far, and then I have to, squeeze my fingers to grab the cup, and then I have to bring it back, and, am I just going to hold it, or am I going to actually stick it up to my face? I don't normally think about all of those processes. Or when we're driving, we're not exactly thinking about, unless we're kind of new to it, how much pressure is on the gas pedal and whether our hands are at 10 and 2 and, how fast the car is going. I mean, we really should be thinking about that all the time, but I think that you're getting the picture here. Metacognition is thinking about your thinking. It's about being aware of, I'm currently thinking about this. And then you can realize that not all of your thinking is consciously driven. 90%, arguably 85 to 90% ish, is of what we do every day is really subconsciously driven. So you think that we have free will? Well, arguably we kind of don't, because a lot of the things that we think about and a lot of the actions that we take is more just reactionary, and it's from programming, because our brains are pattern recognizing and pattern reproducing programmed machines. So everything that we do, or the majority of it, is really just patterns that we pick up on, how we react to certain things. Like the next time you go to brush your teeth, think of how you brush your teeth. Chances are you do it in the same pattern every single time without thinking about it. I always start with the upper right over here. Try brushing your teeth with your other hand if possible. It'll really make your mind work at it. But the next time that you go to brush your teeth or something, think about what you do. You just do it without even thinking about it. You're thinking about, when time you're gonna go to sleep, or something about tomorrow, or something that happened earlier. The point is, when we're brushing our teeth, for example, we're not exactly thinking about brushing our teeth, are we? We're thinking about this, that, and the other thing. Metacognition means when you're brushing your teeth, you're thinking about brushing your teeth. When you're driving the car, you are solely driving the car. You're thinking about driving the car. You're not thinking about whether or not the next light is going to be red or green. You're not thinking about what you're going to buy when you get to the grocery store. You're not thinking about the fight that you just had with your significant other before you left the house. Stuff like that. When it comes to metacognition, you're actually understanding, this is what I'm thinking about. And it's like, I'll allow this for a little visualization here. This is your normal thought pattern down here. So your thought patterns are just going back and forth, back and forth. You're thinking about this, you're thinking about that. Metacognition means you're really up here. Well, you have your thoughts, right? I'm trying to have my own thoughts without just being distracted by the cat right now. But I am the metacognition. She is my train of thought. See that? Think of it that way. Basically, metacognition allows you to understand and observe your thoughts rather than being your thoughts. So when we're meditating, what we're able to do is we are trying to focus on a particular thing, whether it's our breath or a mantra or a power word or the spell at hand or a particular memory that we're trying to think up for, raising magical energy, or maybe we are doing contemplative meditation where we're asking ourselves a question and we're trying to go as deep as possible to unpack something to further understand it. And then we're trying to focus on that thing, and then another thought creeps up. Oh, I have an itch on my foot. And then you think about the itch, and then you're like, wait a second, I was thinking about this instead. That wait a second and then that redirection is your metacognition. And when we practice this enough, then our brains, which are constantly trying to think of something new and trying to find something new, and it's kind of difficult to focus even more nowadays with our attention spans being so like depleted and honestly damaged by the swiping culture and the instant gratification that we get from scrolling on our phones, and the fact that everything happens so fast, so much faster than it used to. Like back in my day when we had dial up and now we got what, 5G internet stuff. The point is that it allows us to build our willpower. It allows us to build our focus. And going back to the redirection thing, you're focusing on a particular thing, your mind wanders because something else, some other thought enters your awareness. And the second you notice that, like normally before we develop metacognition, you're thinking about A, and B creeps up, and you're going along with thought B for as long as it could go, and it might transform into thought C or D or E or F. But with metacognition, we're thinking about A. B comes up, we are aware of it for a split second or so, maybe even a little bit longer than that, depending on your practice with metacognition and meditation. And then you're like, wait a sec, I'm going to go back to thinking about A. And the more that you do this, the more that you intend to think about, the more you will stay focused on it. And the longer you stay focused on it, the more this is going to benefit your everyday life, okay? Because you're at work, you're 100% focused on work, 100% of your energy is at work, and your results at work are going to be through the roof. You are in your temple doing ritual, you are 100% focused on that ritual, you are in it with your energy, with your body, with your mind, with everything around you. Anything outside of your circle ain't there. What happened earlier today ain't there. What's happening tomorrow ain't there. You're 100% in the present. So metacognition allows us to be in the present with our mind, with what we want to think about and what we want to do with those thoughts. We become the conductors of the train of thought rather than a passenger and just watching it go wherever it goes. Well, there's a million different ways that it can go off to these different tracks. We are deciding where it goes with metacognition. And like I said, the benefits are innumerable when it comes to your ability to focus because of your ability to get stuff done and focus on things. And the exercise in willpower is just, it can get insurmountable if you practice metacognition and meditation enough. So particularly with Magick, this is exercising our willpower. And Magick, according to Crowley, is, the manipulation of reality in accordance with will. And so willpower is one of the biggest things. And metacognition really trains that muscle of willpower of your mind to go exactly where you want it to and nowhere else. Thanks for checking out my video. If you want to learn more from me, I have a lot of classes on Udemy. You can find the links to a lot of those in the description. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.